Okay, so today we're going to be talking about the Romanian deadlift. This is a great exercise that you can do for strength, hypertrophy, improving your deadlift strength, engaging your upper back, your lower back, your hamstrings, your glutes, your whole posterior chain. It's such a good exercise, but we're going to go through how to perform it properly. So I'm going to be demonstrating with a broomstick. We're just going to pretend it's a barbell. Works the same. This also applies to dumbbells if you're using that. So first, with a regular RDL, you're going to stand about hip width apart, just kind of your regular conventional deadlift stance, and grip the bar about shoulder width apart. Again, just your regular conventional deadlift grip. And the first thing that we want to think about is the way that most people think of an RDL is like reaching down for the floor like this, like you're stretching. And that's actually not how we want to think about it, because if I'm doing that, I'm going to be more likely to round my back and it's going to be more of a lower back exercise, whereas we want to focus more on the glutes and hamstrings with an RDL. You are going to load your spinal erectors too, but it's more focused on your hamstrings and your glutes. So rather than thinking about up and down, think about shooting your butt back to the wall behind you and then forward. So it's back and forth rather than reaching up and down. You also want to make sure that your arms are straight. So we don't want to be holding the barbell like this. Lock out those elbows. So the first step is shooting my butt back to the wall behind me, and I am going to keep a slight bend in my knees. So I'm not squatting, obviously, but I'm not locking my knees out either, because if I keep a slight bend in them, that's actually going to help me shoot my butt back further so I can get more tension on my hamstrings and my glutes. So slight bend in my knees, arms straight, butt back to the wall behind me. And I want to make sure my chest is facing the wall in front of me. So the top of my chest is facing in front, my butt is facing the wall behind me. And you're just going to go as far back as your butt will go and then stand up. You don't need to go all the way down here. We want to stay in the active range of motion to keep the tension on those working muscles. So just go as far back as you can. It might be like a little bit below your knees. For some people, it might even be further down, but we're not reaching. And then stand up, squeeze your butt. We don't need to arch like this, but stand up tall and squeeze your glutes. Another thing that people do oftentimes is they'll reach out like this. Maybe not that far, but you get what I mean. And you actually want the bar and the dumbbells to ride your thighs. So think about keeping them as close as possible, letting it actually roll down your thighs, and then stand up. So it should be connected to you, part of your body. Last thing we're going to talk about is bracing properly. So especially when you're loading heavy, bracing your core is going to be super important for protecting your spine. So the way that we properly brace is first take a big breath in, and then exhale and push out of your stomach, keeping it tight like someone was gonna punch you. So I'm gonna fill my belly with air, inhale, and then exhale, push against. That's what you want to hold while you're doing it. So first I'm taking a big breath in, exhale, and lift. That's how you're properly bracing your core. We're not sucking in, we're pushing out. And that's how you perform the Romanian deadlift. I hope this was helpful. Make sure to include these in your workout.